Question 1432. Would you rather have the lights on while locked in a room full of spiders, or have the lights off in a room full of spiders?
Oh,
So,
no.
See, there is a lot of anti-spider prejudice in these questions.
Okay.
Very
There
much
really
so.
is.
There is
There
no
really is.
anti-spider prejudice in this
feel
question.
Like this question needs changing.
I'd
rather
rather
have them
you-
on because I could watch them.
Just asking the
yes.
question, you've implied they're evil. Once
I have
again.
not.
Same,
Okay.
Jen.
What's going on?
Can I? I'm going to ask you. Can I rephrase the question, Dave?
Sure.
If you are in a dark room filled with spiders,
Yeah.
how much money would you pay to turn the lights on?
Oh, that's even worse. You don't know how many are in there. That could be.
It's
that
full of
could be-
spiders, but you only know it's full.
Right.
It's like how many candies are in the jar, you know?
Most wouldn't
What
touch
difference
it.
would it
Though.
Wait there.
Nothing.
Look, Wild Eden says the spiders would rather have the lights off. Lucy
That's
says,
true.
are they going to be crawling all
Dave.
over you? They may be crawling on you.
Oh, you'd feel it.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can we specify what kind of spiders? Because that makes a hell of a difference.
I'm
Those
going to
black-
go
Turn on
with
the lights to find out.
Black hairy ones that
black
run fast.
hunter spiders about
Got it.
yay big.
Got to turn on the lights to find out.
Are they-
I like
I would have the lights on. Just,
the plate size huntsmen.
No,
that'd be
I
awesome.
said hunters, not huntsmen.
Are they
Huntsman.
Sterophosa or huntsmen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I want the lights on so I can see them.
No, not
Yeah, I'd
huntsmen.
wanna sketch
Hunters. Not huntsmen, hunters.
What
This is a
hunter
really
spider?
non-question.
yeah, this is
Everyone wants to see.
They're
What
just
a hunter
UK
spider,
spiders. They're
Brian.
black. They're about this big. They run fucking shoot across the floor.
Do you know what's
Warren.
freaking Dave out even more is the fact that some of us don't mind spiders.
Oh no, I've got no problem with that.
Well,
See, I think this is a horrible question because of the sheer fact that Dave this is a scenario Dave would never ever be in because he would not be in a room with that many spiders in
Okay,
it.
I have been in this scenario. I have been in a variation of this scenario.
With
If he
one
keeps-
spider in the
Brilliant,
corner
there's
of the
one
room.
tiny
If
little
he
spider in
keeps
the
if
corner.
he keeps asking questions like this that freak me out so much, I'm going to come over there, capture you, and put you in that room with spiders. You got that?
Doug says.
because that would make a huge following.
Doug says lights
Yeah, I'm
on
gonna
so
sit
I
in
don't
a
step
Spider
on them.
room.
Sammy says, are the spiders nesting in cheese? No. Lucy says, okay, so lights off. I'd have my eyes shut anyway. There you go.
Puppy. Sorry. I see puppy.
Wild Eden says, this is turning into an I'm a Celebrity.
hope they're going to get into it.
Do I have a way to get out of this room?
There's a door.
Okay, it
Open
doesn't
the
work.
door.
Got in.
Yeah,
Yes,
I love the idea. I love the idea of falling asleep and all of a sudden there's a room full of spiders around you.
Well, you know, you're never more than 5 to 10 feet away from a spider ever.
Yep.
I've got a good story about that with my my ex. We were staying at my parents' place, and he woke me up in the morning, and he's screaming like he's like about 6 years old, and he there's a spider, he's going nuts. So I pulled back the sheets on the bed, and there's this little huntsman in the middle of the bed, and it crawled up between us in the bed.
I have
Yeah.
woken up at night from the feeling of a tick walking up my arm.
Oh, ticks are bastards. Sorry.
Ticks are horrible little things.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they
see.
are.
Spiders, no problem. Ticks, that's a problem.
Have you ever
Yeah.
tried to
Yeah,
smoke off a
Ticks are a
tick?
pain to get out of your skin, though. If you get
There's a reason.
carry
There's a
some
reason
pretty
spiders
fucking
are
bad
not.
diseases.
There's a reason we don't call spiders parasites.
yeah.
Yeah, spiders are going away from you. The ticks are coming towards you. So, yeah,
Yeah.
ticks are more.
Never seen a tick. So.
I mean, seriously, if you're in a room surrounded by a whole heap of spiders, as long as you kept moving, they're not going to come near you. Even the dangerous ones. Well, apart from a couple that are aggressive.
I think with a good pair of boots, you could take out a room full of spiders.
I know.
I mean, maybe if the room was filled with
We're talking
funnel web
about
spiders,
hypotheticals
you might
here.
be a little worried because they're aggressive little fuckers. But there's a South American spider that's also aggressive.
Brazilian wandering spider.
See, that kind of reminds me of when I was tiny, so I don't remember this, but I visited South Africa with my parents, and apparently there was like a black widow sat in the corner of the room, but it was on the other side of the web, so no one bothered with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with spiders. Spiders are great because if you see a spider on the wall, you know there's a spider on the wall. It's going to stay on the fucking wall. Don't go near
No,
the
they
wall.
jump off.
No, they don't. They sometimes come down on my head at night and I'm in bed.
They jump off.
And if they fall on you, they don't automatically bite you. They try to fuck off.
No, they viciously attack you. They
No,
jump
they
off
don't.
and attack
No.
you.
Dave, you're a
That's not
grown
how this
man.
works, Dave.
You know what we
Trust
should
me,
do?
man.
You know what we need to
South
do?
Africa would have been a
You
button
can take
spider,
them.
not a black widow, but
Well,
I mean,
it's both are true. They don't bite us, but they do bite Dave.
Yeah. And
They know he's
they can
afraid.
smell fear. They
What
can
I
smell
think of
fear.
spiders has no relevance to the question that no one is
The
answering.
longer I'm in this room, the closer it comes to a Thunderdome to me. So I just want. I'm kinda like, it's like there can be only one.
In answer to the question, Dave, I'd have the lights on.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'll tell
have it
you
on.
what. I'll tell you what. Next year, we're hoping to get a few debunkers and a few people in the community to go down to Sarcastic Barman's. And Dave, you said you'd come.
Yeah.
So what I'll try to
Are you,
do.
are you
I
about
have-
to persuade me to not come?
I no. But if you want, I have a cousin in London who can come down with one of his tarantulas, and you can
No.
hold one of the tarantulas.
No.
Get you
Do we need
over
to
your
get
fear
Dave
that
exposure
all...
therapy?
I have no
Yeah,
interest in getting over my fear. I don't need to get
Yeah,
over my
it's
fear.
irrational.
It is
Well, there's-
irrational, Dave. It is.
It might be
completely
irrational, but hey, that doesn't.
All right.
Help.
See,
Anybody?
weirdly enough, I actually prefer big spiders to small spiders.
Yeah.
Come on now. Everybody knows that anybody who's been in therapy knows there are some things you just don't need to confront. You can just avoid those things
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Exactly.
Can't avoid
Dave has
spiders,
boundaries, and I respect that.
Let's just
he's
catch
gonna
on.
have to come visit me at some point. So he's gonna have to.
Dave has boundaries, but we're sadistic motherfuckers. That's what you got to understand.
Oh no, you invited us on the show. I'm just talking, being a little bit dispassionate here in the interest of,
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. I'm rolling a joint. Leave me alone.
So wait there,
That'd be kind of cool.
wait there. Never again says, speaking as a person who's been bitten by spiders and had some nasty infections from them, I do not like a spider on my skin, and they will die if they do that. Stay outside and live.
That reminds me when I was in South Africa, and I actually did end up getting bit by a tick and ended up getting tick bite fever, which was like basically a flu-like disease, sick bacterial infection that lasts about 2 weeks, and it is not fun to get tick bite fever. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I have a friend.
Avoid
I
it
have a
all
friend that
costs.
got Lyme disease from ticks. So, and then because we're in Ireland, they wouldn't accept that Lyme disease exists in Ireland, which it does.
Have you heard about that new
It does,
disorder
yeah.
that's coming with? I
It's kind of like the snakes, eh?
Yeah.
Wasn't Patrick get rid of that?
Texas ticks. Have you heard of the new disorder that's coming with some of the Texas ticks?
What's that?
It makes you allergic to meat.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
That's on
too.
House. That's the only reason I
So,
know.
Harmonica Man says something interesting. He says, I keep spiders around the house on purpose. I don't use chemicals, and I don't have any other bugs coming into the house.
Exactly. Spiders stay on the wall. They'll be right there. They'll eat all the other bugs. It's great.
Except
I think we should clap for Jen.
Spiders do not eat ants.
No, they don't.
Right,
Ants are
let's-
nasty little buggers, though.
That's the
Sammy
kind of
says-
broad statement that makes me skeptical that it's true.
I
I bet you
always
there's
like
a spider that ate an ant.
Well, probably. But the problem is ants, if they feel threatened, will send out the pheromone, and then a fuckload of them will come along, and the spider will die. How did you not notice that?
Oh, I love him.
Why
I
do you
think
think
I
I
was
was,
it.
Gorgeous.
why do you think I was trying to get people to clap?
Pretty.
What is that?
Rainbow Gun coming to visit.
I didn't actually clap. I just slapped my face.
Oh no,
You can't tell.
Palmahensi, a Arizona
Oh, going to
blonde
visit.
tarantula.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
This is for Wild Eden out there because she was
You're a
talking
sick man.
Stunning.
Oh,
Is
she
it pissed you woke it up?
adorable.
about, isn't it?
Is
And
it
so they're
pissed you-
so docile.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, they are. Most of the tarantulas are pretty docile. You can actually pat them, can't you?
Yeah.
I could take out a room full of those.
The New World tarantulas are pretty docile for the most part. I do not grab a whistling tarantula though, Jen.
Doorknob head, Spider. Spider says Dave is good eating. I thought spiders were good eating.
What are the bird-eating spiders like? Are they more aggressive or are
Oh,
they?
They
yeah.
shoot out of holes in the ground and grab birds. What do you think?
They're
more
not to be fucked
aggressive
with.
than this, but the main thing with the bird-eating spiders is their urticating hairs are really bad. So
Okay.
this one has urticating hairs too, but they're not so bad. This is a desert species, so.
What about the whistling
stunning.
spider? Why is that so
Nerds.
bad?
What was that, Jenny?
The whistling tarantula or whatever?
Yeah, the Australian tarantulas. Yeah, they're. I wouldn't recommend trying to handle one.
Wow.
Oh no! Our ones are a bit more dangerous.
They're more aggressive.
Yeah.
Wild Eden says holding a tarantula would be like holding a puppy, no more like a kitten. But Sandy says, I have an irrational fear of humans. Try talking me out of that one.
Yeah, it is like a kitten. That's what I would compare it to.
Adorable though.
There you go. Jess
Can I
says,
come and visit, please?
Yeah, I got my
spiders
You
are
don't
taking
have
over
to
my
go.
damn show.
We can't have them as pets here because you can't bring them in as pets. So you could have the Australian ones, but you can't do that with the Australian ones.
You all have the coolest like stick insects and leaf bugs that you have
We
access
do.
to.
When I shift, I'm going to have to try and get some of the ones that we actually are allowed to have, so we can do it backwards and forwards, at least on video.
Right. With the leaf insects, you can ship the eggs pretty much anywhere.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Is that a request? Is it right?
the ones I got up here, they came from France. So
Is that a request?
it's a species we don't really get too much in the U.S.
Well, so much for invasive species concerns.
No.
I wonder
I
if
was
we
gonna
can get
say
somebody
patient
in
zero
New Zealand
right
to
here.
give us some letter eggs.
Right,
28
Jess,
days later.
2 secs. Jess says, are the lights fire because a room full of spiders needs fire? Sure. Doorknob head says, lick the tarantula. Dave knows he
No.
wants to.
You know, with the hair stuck in your tongue. Yeah.
I've held a pink-toed tarantula, and it was just one of the most exciting experiences ever because they don't really like to be held, and they tend to bite easier.
You got a little pink toe right there. You can't really
That's a
see
little
the
one.
lights hitting it. It's a baby.
You go. Sammy
Nice.
says, you make me nervous, Brainbug. And Wild Eden
sorry.
says, I have my nose pressed against the screen.
Yeah,
If it
I
wasn't
found
for
my new best friend here. Like,
If it wasn't for people, just keep in mind, if it wasn't for people like Brian, we wouldn't know anything about these animals at all, and we'd be even more afraid. So thank
Yes.
you,
That's right.
Rightfully so.
Look at the little legs. It's so gorgeous.
It's
He's
amazing.
terrified.
Moving around, and it's got hairs on its legs that's detecting the air movement to see if there's someplace it can go from here. Because if I had put my hand over there and keep crawling, it's the reason it stopped is because it's come to a precipice and it's trying to detect where it can go.
I
If you put your other hand in front, it would automatically just walk forward to it.
Yeah, if I put my other hand here, it'll start crawling again.
I have a friend who
Oh,
beautiful. I have a friend who does wasp removals and hornet removals, and the amount I've learned in the past year about wasps and hornets, it's incredible.
Yeah, I follow a channel. It's like King Hornet on YouTube. He does stuff like that. He'll show some of the the carpenter bee hives and stuff, and the walls are huge, like 12 by 6 and stuff. Just these huge hives that he removes.
Cool.
I thought we weren't doing the exposure therapy thing for Dave here.
We're not. Doorknob head says, I'd
We're
rather
not.
be locked in a
He's
dark
not
room
looking.
with
We
spiders.
are.
So I get extra points.
I'm just trying to derail the show, honestly.
I know.
You've done it well, and it's
Very well.
Derail the show. What's the question?
Right. Sammy says, I need new undies, but thank you, Brian.
The
Never
show is
against us.
designed to be derailed.
Yeah, it's the
We're
lights
simple.
on, lights off question still, is it?
Yeah.
Lights on.
Lights on. Jenny,
What?
lights on or lights off?
That's the question?
With a
The
room
spider
full of
room.
spiders.
room of spiders.
Oh.
Been the question for the last
Oh,
20
I thought you
minutes.
meant during sex.
Again, if we come together, we can do this as a team.
Lights on.
Jen,
I don't care.
Crafty,
lights on because I'd want to study them.
Chad,
On. Too curious.
Sam.
I said earlier on.
Oh. You're all wrong.
Okay.
Oh,
You
wrong.
want the lights
Then-
off with
then
you, Dave.
why
You wouldn't
is
want to
off
know
base?
they were there.
Go in the bloody room.
Oh, it's like
Over
last
here,
night. I
Dan.
had to deal with something outside that I knew was coated in spiders, and I could do it in the dark because
I want
my
my question
brain
an-
can deal with them. Just not. I know they're there, but they're not. I'm not dealing with them.
You see,
Whereas
for
if
me,
they're
that
in
makes it
my eye-
worse. That would make it worse because I can imagine a lot more fucked up shit than I've seen.
I can
So
imagine
if I
it,
know
but
there's
it's
a
not
room
happening.
full of spiders, if I see the room, it's going to be better than what I thought it was.
No.
But the thing with it is, for us over in the UK and Ireland, we don't have those deadly spiders.
Yes. We
So
don't.
it's not quite as much of a threat to put you. I had a woman on the farm, and she was volunteering, and she says, it's nice to come out to collect wood and not be worried about being bitten by a spider or a snake. And I'd never thought about collecting wood that way.
It's nice to know that we don't really have spider problems over here. We've got a couple of species, but not really something you hear about over here in Canada much. More bears.
I want my question answered.
What's your question?
If you're in a room full of
lights on or off
bears, would you
during
rather have the lights on or off?
On.
Oh,
Jen,
that
They might be sleeping.
what's his name? Larry King's died.
Has he?
COVID, apparently.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, he's
Dan,
like
what was your question?
230.
That's what I thought.
Wasn't that last week?
It's only just come up on news now, like now.
Jen,
Sounds like a problem for future Jed.
it does. What was your question?
Lights on or off during sex?
We've had that question repeatedly.
I've never heard the answers.
Fine.
All right, let's do rapid fire then.
Rapid fire, then we
Fine.
can go.
What's the question? What's the question? Sorry.
Lights on or off during sex?
On.
On.
One.
Depends on the partner.
I don't give a shit.
You can always use a paper bag, Kayla.
I want to go with dim. I want to go with dim.
I'm going to say I prefer on. It's just for some reason anyone that's had text me prefers off. I don't know if it's gonna say.
Jen, what's your answer?
I have no idea. I've never had sex.
How do you imagine it with on or off?
Well, I think I'd want to start with off because
Yeah,
I
there's
don't want
a
it on.
thing about being able to see the expressions on your partner's face.
Jenny is
Yeah,
modest.
but that's kind of advanced level.
no, I'm scared.
You're scared.
That's like level 2. I mean, when you're kind
Having
of
said that,
new
I
to
think
things,
some
it's
partners whose expressions on their face just made me laugh at them. So
I think
Probably
the
not
other
the
thing
best
is that
timing.
sometimes lights off isn't really an option because you can't really turn the sun off.
Nope.
oh yeah,
That's true.
been there.
That is true.
but you can have sex at night.
Doorknob heads out here lighting candles. No, that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Heavy duty curtains.
Wild Eden, I'm taking notes. Heavy duty curtains work well. Right!
Yeah, I mean, the curtain in my room's broken, so that wouldn't work for me.
Yeah, you'd have to have a weird sort of set of curtains when you're on the bonnet of the car.
That
Well,
would
no,
be
you just
interesting.
get one of those sun reflectors, the little accordion-y aluminum-based things.
Ever the problem solver. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.